What's up, girlfriend? Super excited to be here with you today. Have another one of my coaching girlfriends with me, Georgia, and she's over in the UK, y'all. So we can't wait to hear her accent and learn more about wealth building for female leaders. So we will see you on the other side. What's up, Georgia girl?
Hello, my darling.
Well, I am so excited to have you with us today, a girl from across the pond, as they would say. But before we get into wealth building for female leaders, girl, we want to know a little bit more about you. We got to get in your business. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them.
Love that. Please get in my business. Okay, right. So I, mum with lots of beautiful kids.
Okay.
Lots of beautiful kids. My eldest is 15 and my youngest is 1.
Wow.
Lots of beautiful children. I know. And I've got a lovely husband who is so corporate. He's so corporate and I am not corporate. I am the spiritual, emotional, feeling one with a little strategy head on.
Awesome.
And I live in Devon. Which is just the wildest, most beautiful rural part of the United Kingdom, and
awesome.
I live on some acreage, and it's just peaceful and amazing. Yeah.
Exciting. I know you told me you just moved, so that is awesome, girl.
We just moved, and I am at the moment I'm doing all my practices to embody being in this just incredible space, because new level, old devil, like it's
right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do, girl, and I know it well for sure. So curious, how did you get started being a money coach? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I actually started my first business 10 years ago this week.
Oh wow, okay. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. So I did that business for 4 years. It was incredible. It taught me so much. And as part of that, when you start I actually purchased a franchise. So it was like a easy access into being that entrepreneur life.
Right.
It's kind of a safe entrance to it.
Yep.
And that led me on the path of self-development.
Okay.
Yeah. Because when you start building a business, you start going, oh, okay, this is what we've got to work on, right? It's our head, it's our beliefs, it's everything, right? And I had just the most incredible luck of stumbling on a money mentor called Denise Duffield-Thomas, just incredible. And I joined her money boot camp, and that just really, really got me understanding the importance of money in business, right? And right. I will tell you, like, one of my first years in business, I had worked so hard. So many hours. And when I did my tax return, that's when I saw my numbers.
Wow.
And I cried. I just fell to the kitchen floor, and I was just inconsolable, because it wasn't worth it. I didn't earn enough money for how hard I was working. And I didn't know it at the time.
Right.
Yeah. It was, the way we do tax in this country, it's like nearly a year later.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things. I'm grateful to have received the experience,
right,
because it helped me understand. But it was a real eye-opener to how important the money mindset in a business is, not just all of the other operational stuff that we have to do day to day.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, it's amazing how we can get so caught up in just doing everyday life and building a business that we're not really looking at the numbers that are telling us what we need to do next. I know personally that's why I had to hire a bookkeeper to get some help with that, so I could close it out every month and really see my numbers like you're just talking about. Over here in the States, we don't have a year. We basically have about 4 months. So at the end of 2023, we shut our, the year is shut down, and we have to file our taxes in April, by April 15th typically. We can't even get a extension, what I have done oftentimes, and I know many people probably watching have done as well, to have that extra 6 months to get her done, but you're still scrambling. That's all. You just push it off a little bit longer to get it done. But before we get all into that, I'm just curious,
Yeah.
when you think about the common money blocks, because you were talking about the money blocks that you were having, the mindset blocks you were having around money. What are some common money blocks that people have that really women leaders have, just building their business or even doing a career?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I really love about the way I do money coaching is I use something called archetypes, right? Yeah, so there's 8 archetypes. So those unique challenges are unique to how those archetypes are.
Right.
Yeah. So this is my jam. Yeah. So the biggest building blocks are, like, for example, a nurturer, right? Super caring. Yeah. The biggest block for them making money is they're giving away too much stuff for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. If you've got a celebrity, top archetype, yeah, then your biggest block to success is wanting everything to be perfect and being terrified of other people seeing you not perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not talking perfectionism. I'm talking about being that vocal viewpoint that everybody looks up to.
Right.
Yeah? If you are an alchemist, oh my goodness me, right? The biggest blocks you'll have is too many ideas and no follow through. Yeah. So there are 8 archetypes. I could go on, through all 8, but it's what's fascinating is how consistent the blocks are when you look at the way that archetypes are formed and the top archetypes a person has. And it's just like strengths, right? Like strengths finders. Right. They're in us, yeah. There are no bad ones. Yeah, there's no one that's like, oh, that's amazing, and oh, that sucks. Like, they're all incredible. It's how do we love on them? Yeah, how do we support them? How do we make decisions that are, okay, this is your jam, right? How can we make decisions that are authentic to our money archetypes?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a big answer, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. So based on once you find out which archetype you are, then you can then work on how to make the decisions based on that archetype. So I guess basically when you have a certain archetype, like the sacred archetype, is that an archetype by itself, or is that all the 8?
That's all of them. So Kendall Summerhawk, this is her system. Yes, she has used this for hundreds of thousands of incredible entrepreneurs. This is her system, and I'm a certified coach in it.
Okay.
So within the 8 archetypes, so it's sacred money archetypes. Within the archetypes, that's how we people answer a set of questions, and then it just gives a percentage value for how high a percentage people are in those archetypes. And once we know that, that's when we can work on making decisions that are really that will really help that person make business and financial decisions that will make sense for them.
Okay.
Yeah, because you get this advice, right, which is, oh, just put your prices up 10%.
Right.
Like, I know people that would rather close their business than put their prices up.
Oh, to increase their prices, really?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. It's the fear, the terror, the heart. Like, for a nurturer, that is like a worst case scenario. Yeah, so I'm coaching someone through it at the moment. How can that nurturer put up their prices and stay in integrity?
Interesting.
Yeah, and that answer will be completely different to a ruler, a maverick, a celebrity. The how you do it, the why you do it, everything about it will be different depending on your archetype. And that's why so much business advice, it doesn't hit the spot, because it's not supporting someone to work with their authentic self.
Right. Well, that's good. So basically what you're saying, that each person has a little bit of one of the 8 types of archetypes. They're not just straight up a certain one. So it's based on the percentages the percentage breakdown that you are, then you'll be able to determine how to interact or react to different money situations based on that. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have got it perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. So when it comes to balancing your personal and professional life, from a money point of view, how do you do that? I mean, because people are in different stages of life. Some people are in the child rearing stage. Then you have the empty nesters, and then you may even have the folks that are retired. How does that play into figuring out your money?
That's a great question. From my own experience, the last decade has been about using different modes, sacred money archetypes, marriage therapy, personal therapy, to boundary therapy,
right?
To work out how can I be in control of my money, yeah? And this is something that affects so many women. If you look at women who are, in their 50s and 60s, the vast majority of them statistically will have pension pots that are 2/3 smaller than their partners if they're in a cis relationship.
Right.
Yeah. That is, a financial unfairness that requires significant work to remedy. If you look at people who are in their, late teenage child rearing phases, so in their 30s and 40s, they may have been financially independent up until the point where they took a back seat in their career because they focused on raising their children.
Right.
Yeah. And in a relationship, there might be a feeling of 50-50, yeah? But the person who is still in the world, in the corporate world or in the entrepreneurial world, the partner that is in that world will have financial freedom, will have financial decision making, and will have financial benefits that the person staying at home won't have. Yeah, the vast majority of cases. And I had believed that I was someone who would have been financially independent and had stayed financially independent.
Yeah.
And I made a series of micro decisions that changed that. So once I understood what I had done, because I didn't understand what I'd done, because I just did what everyone else was doing.
Right.
Yeah. Once I had understood what I had done, it was like, okay, now we're going to work towards financial freedom for ourselves. Now we're going to work towards financial independence. And that is what I love helping other women to do. Yeah. Okay. So sometimes they're coming to me and they haven't slipped down that slope yet.
Right.
Yeah. So it's about supporting them to continue on their way.
Right.
But sometimes it's really, really hard, especially maybe they've still got a side hustle, right?
Yep.
So I worked for quite a long time in MLM. Yeah, absolutely. It's got my heart. Yeah.
Yep.
It's such a fantastic way for women to create a business. Yeah. Yeah, and to create an income. It's just, I've got goosebumps, right? I love it. Yeah. They need time, they need support, and they need to know how to create boundaries around that work so they can do well at it.
Right.
That requires knowing what's important to you.
Exactly.
What are the decisions you are prepared to make, and what are the sacrifices that you're prepared to make? And again, like the conventional training, the conventional wisdom that I received didn't cover it for me.
Right.
But when I started to work within the archetypes, I was like, oh, I get it. This is why this is affecting me so much. This is why I can't do that thing. And it helped me really unpick it, right? It helped me understand it, helped me make different decisions. And it helped me help my clients make different decisions.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So when you think about just women in general, how do you help them gain control and really confidence over how they use and save and spend their money?
Right. So I called my business Make and Keep Money, and it could have been Make and Keep and Enjoy and Be Fascinated By, and that you can go on and on, right?
Right.
I have clients that come to me and they are able to drop 20,000 on a mastermind, right?
Right.
Yeah. But they can't buy the really good tomatoes, the organic tomatoes, the on the vine tomatoes. Yeah. So, and there's unhappiness there. Yeah. I've got clients who feel like they can make financial decisions. Yeah, they can get their credit card out and they can go and buy like the most fantastic outfit to wear on stage.
Okay.
Yeah. But then they're hiding their credit card debt and the fact they didn't make the launch money that they said that they were going to make. Yeah. There's pain. Yeah. There's suffering in between those two things. And using the archetypes, there's many different tools that we use to bridge the gap between the outside and the inside.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes money tracking, for example, right? And I'm not talking like an accountancy system. Yeah. I'm talking about tracking. Yeah. And for some people, it's like tracking every single penny that comes in. And for some people, it's tracking every cent of value that comes in.
Right.
Yeah. Because people will say, like, okay, I've got this, big audacious goal. Okay, I'm going to earn, I'm going to bring in $300,000. Yeah, $300,000. I'm going to bring in $300,000. And then they do their figures and they've brought in 120. Right, and they go, well, I failed. Yeah, or what do I have to do? I can't get there. Like, there's a block. There's a money block. I can't get there. And actually, the universe has gifted them with well over 300,000. Yeah, they just didn't notice it. Yeah, because they didn't notice all this incredible value they were getting, all these gifts, all this grace that they were getting. And it's actually, it's not that you didn't make 300, it's that you need your goal to be 500, 700. Do you see what I mean? Like, depending on the archetype, depending on what's going on, it really, we use different tools.
Okay, so wait. So now we got to time out here. So I'm curious. All right, so you're saying that someone had the goal to physically make $300,000. Yeah. And for whatever reason they didn't make it, they made the 120, but they didn't take in consideration maybe the gifts that they got. I guess they were looking at it from one particular source, and as a result of only looking at it from that one source, because they didn't get it from that one source, they deemed themselves unsuccessful. But when they looked at the grand scheme of things, they actually realized, oh, duh, I did make it, but I didn't make it the way I thought I was going to make it. I made it from, maybe I got a refund somewhere on my taxes, or somebody gave me a gift that I wasn't expecting. I had some kind of inheritance or whatever from a different source. So I guess I just wanted to clarify that. I'm sure you guys watching wanted to clarify too, because I'm thinking, how would they not know that they made $300,000? But I got you.
That's exactly it. Okay, so my money mentor calls it mean girling your money. Yeah. So like sometimes we can go, well, that comes in via PayPal through a passive income product, so that doesn't count.
Right. Okay.
Yeah? Or that came in through a house sale, so that didn't count. Or that was a best one that really gets people is they got given a credit card. Okay, so a credit card came in the post that they didn't, sometimes they come and you haven't really applied for them, but they just sort of, come. And it's got a balance of, 20,000 on it. Like, that is the universe giving you access to 20,000. Like, you don't need to use it, but it's like, oh, okay. But not like that, yeah? Like, you can go, oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want the money like that. We're gonna try and get the money through, a different means or a different mode.
Right. Okay.
But it's fascinating how we've got to really look, depending on our archetypes, it's looking and going, okay, these are the tools, or this is the way we need to take action on this, specific, whatever mindset issue we're working with.
So I'm curious, how do we work through just overcoming financial setbacks, things that are not necessarily going our way? So what we just talked about were things that are blessings that we got. But sometimes life happens and it doesn't go our way. So when we have those significant setbacks, what is your recommendation for how we overcome it?
Okay, and again, like this,
based on, I guess, I know it's going to be contingent on your archetype. I get that.
Yeah. But so there's several tools that I absolutely love. So are you familiar with emotional freedom technique?
No, and I'm sure most folks watching is not either. So enlighten us quickly.
I've got you. Okay, So it's called emotional freedom technique or tapping.
Oh, tapping. Yeah? Okay.
Tapping. Okay. So, and I've actually got a freebie that I can give you with a curated list of my favorite tapping videos. My favorite tapping person is called Brad Yates. Tapping for money, it's just incredible. And I've put in links that covers the setbacks that typically come up for each of the archetypes.
Okay.
Right? So tapping is one of the most incredible gifts that we can give ourselves to overcome when it doesn't happen for us, right? So we have a launch that failed, or we have an enormous tax bill, that we didn't plan for, or we didn't understand. Like, I had a tax bill once that my accountant didn't understand, didn't foresee, right? I was paying this person a significant sum of money and they didn't foresee this tax bill. Wow. And I'm the one with it, right? I'm the one sat, it was a £40,000 payment plan, right? So that was a chunk of change to find when I had actually closed all my businesses because of the pandemic and a family death, right? So, how do we pick ourselves up from, these things happening? Yeah. So right. Tapping, favorite, absolute favorite. Yeah. Getting professional grief therapy, right? People really miss, go and get some actual specific counseling in the thing that's happened to you, right? If it's business coaching, right? If it's a specific thing, you're like, do you know what? That was fantastic, but this is the feedback I got, right? So with you, your clients must come to you and be like, look, I know how to do this and I know how to do that, but this is what I'm missing, right? This is the thing. You're the person who's going to help that person get to the next step.
Right.
So lots of different tools, right? And sometimes we need money coaching to give ourselves the permission to make that decision.
Okay.
Yeah. So depending on your archetype, it might be self-worth. Yeah. So nurturers would always rather spend the money on someone else. Nurturers, like typical situation where your underwear is older than your kids, right? You do not, your kid doesn't need a new bit of Lego. You need a new bra. Yeah. That's a, that is a well-known internet meme, right? That is the nurturer archetype all over. Yeah. So the nurturer archetype, really needs some encouragement to go and get help in their business. Right. Go and get a proper website. If this is the thing that's stopping you, you have got permission to go and do that. So that's a different, technique. So we love tapping. We love, getting actual specific help with the problem. I personally don't love journaling. Yeah, that's just a me thing. Some people love it, right? I have got some support for people who that's really, really helpful for. So that's different journaling questions, but not everybody will have the same affinity for the same tools, right? And I like to meet people with where they're at.
Right.
Yeah, because for me, there's nothing more irritating than being told, well, this is the thing that's going to solve your problem. No, it's not. I'm going to actually go the opposite direction because you just told me this is.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that you're focusing a lot on entrepreneurs, but what about those that are still in corporate and that they, because I know their situation is slightly different. What would be your recommendation for them?
Yeah. It's really, really interesting working with corporates. So my last two clients are now the highest paid people in their companies at the levels that they're at, right? They have gotten pay and bonuses earlier than the employees get, right? Do you see what I mean? The coaching with them, it's the same, different but same. Yeah. So one of the examples, one of the really fun things we do in our program is with money tracking. It's about having no 0 days, right? Yeah. That's a tricky thing to achieve in corporate. Yeah, because you're getting a salary. Yeah, so
what does that mean, no 0 days?
Okay, so as an entrepreneur, right, or self-employed, or however we want to, term ourselves, are we making money every day?
Oh, okay, that's what I figured you meant. Yeah, because in corporate
Yeah,
they're getting paid on the set every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever, right?
yeah, exactly. And unless you're in a sales position, your monthly salary is probably the same each month.
Right.
Yeah. So how do we approach that? You know, as a with a corporate. So it's looking, okay, when is the next opportunity to receive a pay increase? Yeah, because as women, again, this isn't like the money coaching thing. This is a statistics thing. Women typically don't ask for pay rises.
Right.
So this isn't a me thing. This is a, statistics. This is the world thing. Women typically do not ask for pay rises. They do not ask for bonuses. They do not, take in the amazing work that they have done and say, hey, I think that I need to be given this senior position. Like, so when I'm coaching with them, it's about looking how can we use the structure that you're in and achieve success for you within what that looks like.
Love it. Okay, so I know you told me that you had a freebie for us. I'm gonna put it up. I know you were talking about the R type. So tell us a little bit about the freebie you were telling us about, or that you had.
Yeah. So it's on makeandkeepmoney.com. So you can do /quiz, and that will take you through to the quizzes, and you can find out what archetypes you are. And that's fantastic. And there's another little tool on there that you can go through, and there's a little video that accompanies it, and it helps you see, it's a coaching tool to help you see how you can start making money in your business right now. Yeah, so if you're already making money, fantastic. It's going to show you how to make a little bit extra. Yeah, this isn't, you're going to increase your profits by 1,000%. This is, okay, let's see if we can make another $100, $200. Yeah, let's see if you can, on your own, see where like your money leak is, or how to, set a boundary with someone. It's a really cool little tool, and it's helped quite a few people to make some money.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put this down in the description to make sure everybody gets it. But yeah, go find out what your archetype is, and you get your percentages, and then go connect with Georgia and find out how those percentages give you the game plan on how you relate to money, so you can take action and not sit on your hands and not wonder what you can do with your money based on being your authentic self. That's really what it comes down to. So I love it. I love it.
I love that. Yeah.
Awesome. So girl, thank you so much for coming. This has been an awesome talk. You've given us some great things to think about. The archetype that we're in, how we're going to overcome our money pits, and then how we're going to celebrate and be more aware of those money inputs that we're not thinking of when it comes to us reaching our financial goals. So I appreciate your insight and your wisdom. And those watching, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.